Hello, my friends. I hope you're having an outstanding, fabulous day. I am. I woke up, although it's a heat index of over 100 in Maryland. Yep, we got a car back in the 3-car garage. A couple of things there, and then all this here. And then that there. What's that? That's a Puckipuppy Beagle 2 ST. Over 100 miles. It's a 100-mile review video. But we've been clearing out some bikes and trikes. Why? So we can bring a car back in. And TOB. The TOB is almost here. A couple weeks, you will see TOB videos. Dr. Chopper, TOB. TOBEBIKE.com. The other bike. Master Craftsman, Artist, Mad Scientist, battery bike builder genius located in the Philadelphia area. He is building my purple TOB, and it is almost done. And that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on riding my TOB and preaching to everybody, get out and live life. Whether it's a traditional style bike or a TOB style bike. I've already turned down 3 bikes, a trike from different companies. Why? It's turned into work. It's taken away from my preaching. It's taken away from my riding for enjoyment purposes only. This is going to be nearing the end of the videos. So today, 100-mile review. I love this bike, 66 pounds. I'm going to tell you what I think of it after 100 miles. And yes, it is sunny. There ain't no clouds really. There's a few, but it is freaking hot. Beautiful flag as always. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for being my subscribers. If you're not smash subscribe, like, share my video, tell your friends. No glasses because it's so hot. It'd just be covered with sweat. Let's go ride the puppy. 100+ mile review. Now I've told you, this bike is nimble. This is one of the nimblest bikes that I have. It weighs 66 pounds. It is a favorite in my household with my children who are not as big and strong as me because it is so easy to ride. It rides almost like a regular traditional bicycle because it's only 66 pounds. And so I have other budget bikes that I got in that are good. One reason why I like the Puckipuppy better than the other ones. The screen on the Puckipuppy is not as good as the JASION Thunder. Neither is the control pad. But where this bike just shines is the lightweight. And this is a no wobble bike. So I have other good budget friendly bikes that I think are worth the money. But this is my flavor. Even though it looks like vanilla, it's a really yummy vanilla. And that lightweight for me and my family members has great value. And even though I kind of like the swept-back handlebars on the Thunder and some other bikes, I like the aggressive riding style. This is not a bike that I'm going to be riding miles and miles and miles and miles, although you saw my range test, and this bike did holy cow mileage, but that's not going to be the normal mileage. The normal mileage for this bike will probably be, 10, 15, 20 miles. This is a great run around the neighborhood bike. See how nimble it is? This is a great run through your paved trails, your gravel trails, your stone trails bike. Over 100 miles, and I have no complaints. Still rides outstanding. The brakes are still outstanding. The tires are outstanding in stone dust and loose stuff. It's nimble. There's no creaks. There's no rattles. There's no rolls. There's nothing wrong with this bike. Yes, that's the only negative. You said, what? Squirrel! If you said, tell me the biggest negative of this bike, I'd be like, well, it's only 960 peak watts. But you saw it carry me up the 10% hill grade, albeit not as fast as my other bikes, but it still did it, and it went up a couple miles an hour faster when I pedaled. But this bike is so nimble. This is just an easy hop on, ride around and have fun bike. And that's where it excels, and that's why I love it, and that's why my family members love this bike. no creaks, no rattles, no unnecessary noises, no strange noises, no motor issues, no battery issues, no nothing. Now, is 100 miles 1,000? No, 100 miles is 100 miles. 100 plus miles is 100 plus miles. But do I anticipate issues down the road? Nope. Normally when you have a lemon or a bad product, you find out right away. Typically, I would know within the first boom, baby. I know right away in the first initial review because I ride them so hard. I ride them so unnormal like. Most people do not ride them the way I ride them. Most people are not my size either. So this is just a great... Is it hot enough for you?
Yeah.
This is just a great run around the neighborhood. Have fun bike. Now, can this Beagle 2 ST handle this kind of stuff? Yes. Front shock is more than capable of handling some bumps and jumps and a little bit of water and puddles and stuff. Would you want to do 20 miles on this? Not without at least a suspension seat post. But could you do a few miles on this kind of stuff? Yes. Could you do 20 miles on like a nice gravel? Yes. But what I'm riding on is, if you can see my arms at all, hear my voice, I'm not riding on smooth gravel. I'm riding on bumps. I'm riding on rough gravel, bumpy gravel, potholey-ish gravel. Yes. Yes. And could it handle gentle style Mason-Dixon stuff? Yes. Here you go. This is gentle style Mason-Dixon stuff. A couple miles here and there. Yes, yes, yes. I should have charged the battery up. I didn't charge the battery up. Ooh, they've been riding back here. It's all tore up fresh. So can the puppy handle this? Yes. You don't hear any creaks, groans, rattles, or anything from the front or from the bike in general. This is 100% puppy doable. Now, how many miles like this? For Bruce, 1 or 2. For somebody else, you could do more. But is the front shock made for doing super big roots and ruts and bumps and stuff like this? No. It doesn't like that. That's what I call more hardcore mountain bike riding. But can it handle this stuff? Yes. It's right at home for somebody who wants to ride around the neighborhood and then do a little bit of rock climbing, rock riding, trail riding, bumpy dumpiness. Yes. The puppy is happy to chase rabbits on stuff like this all day long. And even the stretch of bumps and jumps and rattles and all, tree branches, tree roots and stuff, you still do not hear anything crazy happening with it. This is just an all-around good, budget-friendly bike. This is a great newbie bike because it has enough power to take you up hills and do rides and trails and stuff like this, but the weight is not unwieldy and you're not feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't handle it, it's too heavy if you stop or whatever. It's nice. Now, not bad at all. That's about as rough and hard as you want to get with this bike. Now, if you said to me, I want a better shock, I want full suspension, I want more power, the price goes up. You can't have all those great things and have a budget-friendly bike like this. Now, you could have, like, say, a $1,600, $1,700, $1,800, $2,000 bike with those items. And for those items, it would be a budget-friendly bike for having those items. But this is just an all-around budget-friendly bike for somebody who has a low budget. You have to check the pricing, but I think the pricing is like $1,150 or something, $1,149. That's pretty good for a nice front suspension, hydraulic brakes, and 66-pound weight, which I put value on the weight, a lot of value. Rock crawler, rock rider, rock, ribbit, 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 listen to it, rip the rocks, stone ripper. And remember, with this bike, no hands, Mom, no hands. Woo, woo, woo. And I can steer it with my fat butt. See that? Woo, woo, woo. Ow. Clown skills from long ago. Baby clown skills from long ago. Now, is this bike a road rider like this? 100%. This is a road that any bike can ride. Do I like riding faster bikes? Yes. This is where my TOB is going to shine, because it's a 40-mile-an-hour road and people ride 50, 55 plus miles an hour. And even though this puppy will do like 28 or thereabouts, I still like faster bikes. But this bike, it's at home on this road just as well as neighborhood roads, just as well as those gravel trails, more so than the mountain bike-like trails. I found some shade. It's about 15 degrees cooler in the shade. It's 90 some degrees in the sun. The heat index is like around 100, 101. The heat index the other day was 102. Freaking crazy. I need more shade though. It's funny. My friend Gary Webster, e-bikes, Gary's e-bike adventures, Gary's e-trike adventures. Subscribe to both of his channels. Crazy Old Fool's got 2 channels because he's a crazy old fool. He's probably moving to Maryland. As much as I love Gary, as much as I would love to be Gary's neighbor, I'm going to leave Maryland. I'm going to leave Maryland for a more retirement-friendly state, and I want to find a place that has a more temperate climate and just some place that has a lot more bike trails, that you don't have to load up vehicles and gear and all to take trips. I want to find a place that is bike trail friendly, rail trail friendly, and retirement friendly, and that is not Maryland. Maryland is one of the worst states to retire to. Has high taxes, and our present governor has raised fees on everything because he spent our budget surplus, and now we have a shortfall. So everything costs more. Everything in the state of Maryland costs more. I hate to say it, it's the stupidest state to come to retire to. In a perfect world, I'd have a little shack up north and a little shack up south, so I can just switch locations based on the weather. That would be like, oh my gosh, perfect. Perfect. See how great this bike is for just riding around my town? I've already done like, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles. Like it was nothing, and it was just, even in this heat, it's still doable with this bike. Now, if any of you watched any of my other videos where the historic structure used to be that burnt down. Well, you see these piles of dirt? It's because they dug footers. You see this machine right here? This is a pumper truck. Hose, pumping machine, concrete gets poured right into that feeder right there at the back end, and then it gets pumped, and they're pumping concrete. They're pumping concrete down to the form. So the concrete truck's probably on its way for another load. They got the concrete forms down there in the hole. And so this house is now going to get a basement. And there's the workers. That's pretty cool. That's what you can do with an e-bike. Travel, see stuff. I never would have seen any of that happening today without a bike, without an e-bike, because I'm not just going to get in my car. I'm not just going to get in my car and ride around town. That's pretty freaking cool. We're going to follow along on the construction progress of Larry's house. How pretty it is. This is why you get an e-bike. You can't ride a regular bike, an electric bike. You can't ride a electric bike because you have mobility issues, you get electric trike. This is what I tell you. You get out, look how beautiful it is. Water's up. You get out, sit on the bench, have fun. Sit on the picnic table, have fun. Get out and live life. All gone. Gulped. Puckipuppy Beagle 2 ST. Pearlescent white. Beautiful color. 108.6 miles. That's what we have on the bike. No creaks, no groans, no rattles, no unnecessary noises. The motor, the tire, everything still functions as good as it did the day out of the box. Is this a good bike? This is a good bike. You've seen what it can do with a big man like me on it, 290 plus pounds. My friend Mickey from the UK says you shouldn't call yourself fat. Well, I am kind of fat, even though I might be strong and have some muscles here or there. So look, 290 pound fat man with all that gear. You've seen this puppy go up and down the hills, on rough trails, on gravel trails, on the road, on paved surfaces, on stone dust. You have seen what it can do. This is a great newbie bike. Lightweight. I think that is one of its biggest assets, one of its biggest, grandest attributes. Lightweight. Not many people beat on it. Even as strong as I am, I appreciate lightweight. Lightweight has value. And this bike is a very value-based bike. Budget-friendly. Great starter bike. Great newbie bike. Great bike for somebody who wants to taste electric and is worried that it's just not going to feel like a regular bike. This is the bike for you. If you want this bike, click on the link in the description. Use my code. You'll save some money. BEPP50. You save $50. We are finishing up our video here in the park. See the water? Because it's hotter than Hades. We're not even going to make it back to the ET hut to finish this video. We're doing it right here. I love this little bike. It's going to be a keeper. My family loves it too because of its lightweight. And you saw me riding again, no hands, and steering it with my fat butt and hips. Stable, stable, stable. All right, my friends, thank you for being my friends. Thank you for being my subscribers. And if you're not, boom, smash that subscribe. Boom, smash that like, share my video and tell your friends. And until next time, I love you all. See ya.